What's up everyone, and welcome back to our channel. And today we're gonna talk about the story, how we met. And I think we should start it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna try and do is maybe like I'll give my side, Marcio will give his. Maybe we'll tell a little bit about like where we were at in life when we met each other.
Yeah.
And all the juicy stuff. No, there's nothing juicy about it. But basically, where I was at is I had just decided I had been in school part-time and then working as well. And then I decided to go back to school full-time so I could like finish with my degree. I was studying accounting, and so I had gotten into a college and I was like, okay, I need to be really focused. I want to get good grades. I had some grants and some scholarships, so I had to keep a certain GPA, and I was like, I just need to be really focused. And I don't want to date anybody. It's just going to like distract me. So I decided that I was like fully committed to school, fully committed to working, not focusing on anything else, maybe hanging out with friends occasionally, and that's kind of it. And so I decided to go out with one of my friends, and it was supposed to just be me and her. And then her boyfriend decided to come, and he brought one of his friends who was Brazilian. So that's all important. So me, my friend, her boyfriend, and his friend all decided to go out to this bar that's close to where I live. And it's like a pretty common place that people like to go out. And so we got there, and it's kind of like with the bar, it's kind of hit or miss. Like some nights it's really fun, some nights it's not. And it just happened to be one of those nights where it was like not fun at all. And so I kind of was sitting there and I was drinking, and I was just like, why am I even here? Like, I just want to go home. This is pointless. And then my friend that I showed up with, she was like, no, one of our other friends is coming. She's getting off of work. She really wants to see you. You should stay. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll stay until she gets off of work. And she worked at a restaurant, so she got off kind of late. But yeah, I'll leave it there, and then you can tell your side.
Yeah. So yeah, I was on a point in my life I was just focused on work, and I was trying to make some money. And I was like going out at all. I was like just like completely like
you weren't going out at all.
Yeah, I was like just focused on my life and trying to do some change, you know. And then that night, one of my friends, since I get here, I met him, and he was down to the bar, and he called me, and he's like, oh, let's hang out, let's have a beer, and let's talk about, let's catch up. I was like, yeah, I'm down, let's do it. And then I work until late night, and then after that, I went to the bar, like went home and get ready. I got ready and went to the bar, and I saw him, and we got some beers and start talking. And then I saw Alicia, and then he actually was talking to her. And
okay, now I need to tell my side. Okay, so my friend eventually shows up, the one that I was waiting to see, and we're all sitting down at the table, and then my friend's boyfriend's friend, the one that was the Brazilian, he comes over with some of his friends, Marcio, and I think it was like 2 other people. And so the Brazilian friend and then one of your other friends sat down at the table like across from me, and we just started talking. And his friend was, I don't know what his intentions were, but he was trying to talk with me, and I think I ended up giving him my number. I can't really remember because I'd been drinking, but I wanted to like, I felt bad. He was really nice, but like he definitely had more of like an aggressive approach. Whereas Marcio was very just like calm and kind of not pushy, which I prefer. But so I was talking with Marcio's friend and then my friend, and eventually I got up, I think, to use the bathroom, or I'd maybe get another drink, something. And when I came back, my seat at the table was taken, so I ended up going around to the other side of the table and sitting next to Marcio. which I think
Yeah.
he purposefully went and sat at that table next to an open seat. He probably saw me walking back and he was like, oh, there's a seat and an open seat. And I'm going to go sit there so that she has to sit next to me and then I can talk to her.
Oh
but I'll make
God.
it look really casual and
You
not
got my
planned at all.
secret. You got my secret.
Do you remember even seeing me? The thing is, I don't know if I've been drinking. I wasn't actually even that drunk. It may have just been like a combination of drinking and being really tired or something. But I don't even remember seeing you up until the point that like we ended up sitting at the table together.
Yeah. No, because I just came to the bar and just got into the bar and then I go straight to the table.
Oh, so maybe you weren't even...
I
But you
think
saw your friend talking to me, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I think I got some beer first, some drink first, I can't remember, and then I got straight to the table.
Oh.
And then I saw you guys, like all you guys, like talking, hanging out.
Do you remember what
Drinking.
your first thought was when I sat down next to you?
I think like I said, I saw you on the bar like before, like not the same night, but like
You'd see me at the
Before.
bar a different night.
yeah.
You didn't talk to me?
I didn't know you. Anyway, so yeah, so she went to grab some drinks or went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then when she came back, she sit down like next to me, and then we started talking about
Yeah.
something about life.
Yeah.
Then we started talking about life, and
And I don't even think that we had a long conversation because I think that at the point that you had come to the bar it was already pretty late. And then the bar closes at like 1 or like 1:15 or something like that.
yeah,
And so we didn't have like super long to talk, but I remember Marcio telling me about like he wanted to have a business someday,
Yeah.
his own business. And we figured out that we lived, because he told me, he was like, oh, where do you live? And I was like, oh, like literally right up the street. And he was like, oh, me too. And I was like, what's your address? And we looked up the address on Google Maps and then realized that he literally lived like 2 blocks away from me.
Yeah.
Like you go like down 1 block and then around the corner and he was right
like
there.
literally 1 block.
Yeah.
A block away from each other.
When we first started, well, when we were still living there, Marcio would go to work and then park his car and then just like walk up to my apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
What else?
what else? And then night, the bar was closing and everyone.
I was trying to
left.
remember the things we talked about.
Oh, it was about life. I remember I was talking about my business to get my business one day here.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what else we talked about.
I just remember us talking and me being like, whoa, like we have so much in common.
Yeah.
And I also was like really, I was like mesmerized. I don't know if that's the right word. Sounds kind of creepy. But he has the best smile. And I remember just like looking at his smile and being like, wow, you have a really nice smile. And he smelled so good too. And then because I hadn't really noticed him before we sat down at the table, when the bar was closing and he stood up and he was taller than me and I'm really tall. I was like, wow.
No, she's 5'11". She's hella tall.
5'11".
Yeah.
But in meters, we just looked up yesterday, 1.8 meters?
180.
180 meters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really tall and
She's
he's in inches, I think you're like 4 or 5 inches taller. 4 inches taller than me?
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Yeah, so like 4 inches taller than me. So yeah, so then the bar closed and they were like rushing all of us out and you were like walking with me.
Yeah, but I didn't get her phone. And then, but I added you on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I
So
got her Instagram, and then I didn't get her phone, but I got her Instagram, and then I added you right away, and then you didn't request my.
Was my profile private?
It was, yeah.
Oh. So the bar closed. I'd ordered an Uber. He had walked me out to the street, and we were with some of my other friends. And he was like, oh, as I was like going to get in the Uber. Oh, and I had offered to let you get in the Uber
Yeah.
with me. Because I was like, well, we live like right next to each other. I wasn't trying to have him over late night or anything like that. Just trying to get him home. Ooh.
I didn't want to say that, but she just farted.
Hyla, if you're gonna sit with us, you need to be good. Be good. I hope that the microphone isn't picking up her like licking the table.
Hopefully not.
Okay,
Nice.
so I go to get my Uber. I go to get into the Uber, and then Marcio asked to add me on Instagram, and I was like, really? I remember thinking like, you're not gonna just ask for my phone number.
Yeah.
And then you added me on Instagram. Or maybe I don't know, accepted him later on or something like that.
The next day. But I got your number from your friend.
Yeah. Then he ended up getting my number from my friend.
Yeah.
But didn't she say something to you like, do you want to have her number or something like that?
She did some like a joke about it, something like that, but I can't remember right now. But I got her number, got your number from her, and she was so excited. She was like, "Oh, you guys are like gonna be like a nice couple," and blah blah blah. I was like, "Oh yeah, I think so too."
Oh, I forgot another big part. I remember I thought he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
The whole night when I was talking to him, because he wouldn't really like look at me, and he kept looking towards the door, and I was like, is he waiting for someone to like show up here? I was fully convinced, because I was like, there's no way that there's someone like this attractive, tall, smells good, that doesn't have a girlfriend. And I remember I was texting my friend. She was across the table from us while we were talking. I was like, you need to find out if he has a girlfriend. Like, talk to one of his friends.
Oh, yeah. And she asked me if I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But I was fully convinced. I remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I got home, and you had already texted me, I think, by then.
Yeah. Since I got your number from her friend, I just texted her right away.
And he said something like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can get the text and we can like put it up on here.
Yeah.
I think you said like, hi, this is your neighbor.
Something like that. Yeah.
And at first I thought it was your friend. And I was like, oh.
No, this is him.
And then I realized like, oh, your neighbor. Oh, okay, it's Marcio.
Oh.
And then
so after that
we talked that night.
Yeah.
You were texting. And he asked me about what my astrological sign was, so that he could learn more about me.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh, because Aries don't have good reputations online. It's like Aries are cheaters, and I'm like, great, I don't want this guy to like read about me being an Aries and think like I'm a bad person, but stuck around.
So yeah, after that we start dating right after like a week, because we're going to school and it was like focus, and then we're still like talking by the phone, texting, right?
He never called me.
Yeah. I don't know.
You would text me.
I think I was afraid about my English, and then I don't know.
I think you were a little shy.
Yeah, I'm kind of shy. Yeah. And we start dating after a week, and then we.
Do you consider starting dating when we like go on our first date?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like I was doubtful.
Yeah, because I feel like I was like so comfortable, and I feel like confident that night, and I mean after that night that I met you, and then I was like, oh, this is something good.
See, I was worried. I was worried. I thought that you, because I didn't know him, and I was like, I just feel like he probably is like a player, and he's like probably talking to like either has a girlfriend or is talking to like 5 other girls. And I'm like, this will probably last at most like a week. So I liked you, but I was like, I'm not going to get myself too invested because I don't know like what your intentions actually are.
Yeah.
But then we could do a video about our first date.
Yeah, we can talk about our first.
If people actually want to see that. I remember
it was interesting. It was
what you said to me after our first date when we were in the car. I was like shocked. I don't know if you remember what you said to me. But I remember being like, whoa.
On the first date?
Yeah.
When you got in the car?
No, when we got back from like going out.
Oh, shit.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
And if you guys want to see, let us know. We'll make a video about it.
I can't remember.
I can tell you.
Okay, next video.
Yeah, next video.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to see any more of like our first whatever, like first time meeting, I mean this obviously done, but like first date,
Yeah.
first fight.
I can't remember first fight.
We've never fought.
No, I can't remember first fight.
No, we don't really fight. But yeah, I feel like first date would be fun.
Yeah, if you guys wanna see the next video, she's talking about her.
Oh my! I like ate that one. That went right into my mouth. Isla, my goodness, it's like rotten eggs.
Her.
I know, she's just relaxed. That's why she's farting so much. She's relaxed. Her body's just letting all of it out. Okay.
All right, if you guys want to know what she said.
No, what you said.
What I said.
I'll let him know in that video too. So you guys can all find out.
I'm excited. I wanna see what it said. I can't remember, honestly.
I remember it vividly because I was like, whoa. I've like never had someone say something like that to me before. It's a good thing. Just so you know, it's a good thing.
Jesus, I can't remember that. I'm gonna think about it now, like.
Okay.
Until the next video. All right.
That's it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to tell us your stories of how you met your significant other, put it down in the comments.
Or if you guys have any international couple as well.
Oh yeah, if there are any other international couples.
Yeah, you can just like comment below and
let us know how you guys met.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay, that's it. We'll see you guys.
Thank you so much
in our next video.
for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. And I see you guys next video.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Say ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.